Alexman here, and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Revisit. Last time we traveled into the future, but also the Master Sword had an age limit on who could pull the sword out in time. We got sealed. Ganondorf took the cursed Triforce, and then we had to deal with the Triforce of Insanity by basically getting the horse from Ingo. And we also got different tunics. We've got both of the red and blue tunics for going into the ice cavern early, as well as stopping the Alexman Goron, the Goron named Alexman, to get the red tunic. And so we're basically about finishing up we're going to be finishing up the trading side quest today and getting ourselves into the first dungeon, hopefully, of the adult era. So let's get things started, shall we? By talking to this man over here. This creature, this is King Zora, and show him this fun little thing here. This is a little dumb one, because now you need the horse for this. Up until now, you can deal with this with the train quest by on foot. This one, you have to do with the horse. It's basically mandatory for this. I want to finish this quest. I want my sword. Oh, this is, well, ice drops, You might say we have them. You might say we don't. We do have the ingredients. If you take the ingredients to the doctor at Lake Laboratory, he can make the drops for you. But you'll need to deliver them fresh. Can you make it before they spoil? Sure, I can do that. So we get the eyeball frog. You use the prescription and receive an eyeball frog. Be quick and deliver to Hylia while it's cold. I'm like, why? I was like, I understand that frog. Is this frog kind of like a cold environment frog? Like, you know, it's an amphibian. It needs to be. It's kind of like is it the frog? The frog needs to be inside of a weird environment, right? It needs to be in a moist environment. Why does this frog have this ability to say, hey, you know what? We're gonna go against the rules of the world and say, you know what? This frog doesn't blink. And so I can imagine this frog doesn't blink, and that is probably why. So normally I would just, now you can't warp to this. Like I said before, like any timed mission in the training side quest, if you warp to Lake Hylia by this point to get this thing, the timer will be at 0. So you're going to have to make the trek. And like I said, you most likely be able to do this on foot. To get to the eye frog to the Lake Hylia. Getting this thing up to Death Mountain, on the other hand, for the eye drops themselves, is something of an insanity complex at that point. So let's let me see. Pause this real quick. I need to figure out what the Epona's song is real quick, just to refresh my memory here. Okay, up, down, right. Okay, good. Go like this. There we go. It's been a week since I've played the game, so I am basically catching up on old terms and everything. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff in my life lately, new jobs and everything. So I've been focusing myself on that. So bear in mind if I don't remember anything. But Epona, come on, get me on the horse. Climb the horse. We have a minute to go. We need to get over to the eye. We need to go over to that doctor immediately. Do the laboratory with us. We must make the trek. If we don't make the trek, we have to warp ourselves back up to top. To Zora's domain to get another frog. Yeah, if you fail this, you have to go back up to the top and get another one. Oh, hi, Big Poe, that we still can't attack. Yeah, there's like 10 Poes everywhere. 10 Poes on Hyrule Field's map. And if you do not, you can only kill them by basically using the bow and arrow. And if you're outside their range by a split of a sliver, they will basically disappear on you, and you have to go back and fight out again. You gotta do a double whip there to get Epona over the wall, so we can get ourselves back down to Lake Hylia. Don't worry, we'll be back down here again after we get this thing done, because that means we get there is a certain Scarecrow that we need to grab to get ourselves some music adaptability for him, but we have to wait for that until we get this side quest done. Hey, buddy! I got this. Oh, you have to speak to him first. There we go. Hello there, son. I'm researching the process of making medicine by mixing Lake Hylia's water with various unusual compounds. Perhaps you've met that old lady from the potion shop? She's like a student of mine. Ho ho ho. Here, I got you an eyeball frog. Can you make eye drops of that, please? Oh, wow. I haven't seen an eyeball frog like this since Doris the Maid rode over, and that was 7 years ago. These eyeballs are so delicious. Tonight I will cook fried eyeballs for the first time. You have weird taste, buddy. Eating fried eyeballs. I can understand frog's legs, but why eyeballs? Yeah, this is for eye drops, by the way. Oh, this is for making Biggoron's eye drops? Oh, how disappointing. You should have said so in the first place. Now, I'm pretty sure the cutscene is supposed to be this way so you can see what he does. But he's just basically moving his hands there, not doing anything. Here it is. This medicine does not have any preservatives in it, so it won't be long at this temperature. Run as fast as you can to Death Mountain. You're young. You can do it. So we get ourselves our next potion. This is the world's finest eye drops. Hurry, take them back to Biggoron before they spoil. And we must go up there. And yes, and we got to... Oh, come on, Epona. Epona! Epona, you need to get ourselves up here. Thank you. Yeah, it's a... I find getting on Epona is a little finicky at times. Like, it's not difficult by any means, but basically the context-sensitive button will most likely say, this too. Come on, Epona, that is not a vertical hill that you can complain on. Almost every time I've played Ocarina of Time, I always get stuck on that particular portion of terrain. And I am not sure as to why. It's like, for some reason, that is just too much vertical for Epona to handle. Now, you can take two ways, going around, just go around the way you want to get around the Lon Lon Ranch, but I would recommend basically just making a beeline for it. And since you come out of the Lake Hylia the way you come, or come out that way, you can see on the map that you're basically almost in line with everything, and except for that. Now I gotta make this trip. Come on, Epona, make the jump. Oh, come on, Epona. I was lined up with you. I might fail this. Which means we have to make another trip up here, but I think we can make it. Like I said, we just have to make a beeline to it. And as long as you, and we don't have the warp song, but again, like I said before, if you use the warp song to get to Death Mountain, your timer runs out. I have no idea why that is either. I guess the timing song basically just speeds you up, I guess, to get up there to the point where time is just too slow for that. Alright, we gotta stop. Epona, you gotta get me off. Man, I kind of miss getting off of, I kind of miss Twilight Princess and getting on the horse and everything, and basically you can just, jump right off and such. Or you can just, backflip off the horse or get on it really quickly and everything. And it's like, nope, here it's like, it is long, tedious, and the game knows it. Oh boy. Again, this is gonna be, this is the hardest point about it. And then you just have to wait 3 days in-game days, which if you don't have the Sun Song by this point, you might as well just, stand outside of Hyrule Field for a time, just so you can get the time through voice. Again, the hardest part about this side quest is just to get up here. And depending on how well you do getting across the field and everything, this is most likely the make or break moment for you. And granted, if you do get like the Scarecrow song, I believe there are some Scarecrow out. I think there's some places that the Scarecrow will pop up and everything, but don't rely on it though. Because you'd rather it's best for you just to run and take the hits. Because we have to go through that area where basically Death Mountain's gonna rupture on us again. And we just have to make it through there with no problem. And we have to watch out for the Skull Toads as well. Come on, Link. Oh, thank goodness you got up on there just fine. And that cow's been in there for 7 years. Surprised it hasn't died in that hole yet. Yeah, this is like the hardest part about the run. It's just getting up here in time with the time that's just barely gonna make you get here. So basically, do the roll attack as much as you can, because you do slightly move faster by doing so. Come on, Navi, you were looking at it. Come on, you. Hit it. There we go. Like I said, this is like the hardest part of the run. It's just to get up here, because these Skull Toads will most likely come after you. Especially that Tektite right there, who's like, you know what? I'm going to hit you, because I can. And it's slight annoyance, too. Now I gotta get up there. Come on, Link. Oh, come on. This is gonna be tricky. Okay, hit it. Alright, good. Oh boy, this is gonna cut it close. This is gonna cut it very, very close if I don't make it here in time. Come on, Link, don't screw up this. Come on, you. Alright, this is it. Come on. Come on, Biggoron, get up. There you go, got it. Oh, that was close. Really? You brought the eye drops? I'm so relieved. I'm going to use them right now. Oh. Man, I tell you, like, that right there is about pure luck. You gotta have, like, fast reflexes on that. Wow! This is stunning. It's working great. Now that I can get back to my blade business, my work is not very consistent, so I'll give you this to you so you won't forget. After a few days, please return. Wait, just wait patiently, please. So you're given this, the Biggoron Sword's claim check. You have to wait 3 in-game days, or, in the like of better term, is to, essentially, you play the Sun Song 6 times. Yep, not kidding. Alright, so that should be enough. I made this tray for claim check. Here you go. That sword is my finest work. And now we got ourselves a sword that's more powerful than the Master Sword. We got ourselves the Biggoron Sword. This blade was forged by a metalsmith and it won't break. It technically has the same model as the Giant's Knife slightly, but this one will not break. Good. We didn't want that Breath of the Wild, breaking mechanic in the first place anyway. Alright, we are all set, folks, to get ourselves... Now, the claim check stays with you forever, and that's a very unfortunate measure for us. But we are all set to finally get ourselves to the next area, our first dungeon of the game. I know, weird, right? Now, the Biggoron Sword is a two-handed sword, and you can't use your shield with it. You cannot. So if you use a shield item here, you will basically duck, but you can still attack with the sword here and do like some stabs if you want to do it that way. But like this sword is very powerful, and it basically will kill almost everything in one hit. Basically, this is the master stick of Adult Link. This is it, right here. Then it took a hard time to get here, but now we need to go to the forest now. And well, unfortunately, we can get ourselves to the Lost Woods pretty fast. And that is with the warp in Goron City. And I guess while we're here, we might as well get the... Oh, yeah, we'll put our tunic back on. The red tunic here. Because I'm going to go into the Fire Temple and unlock the warp song there. Then we can just go from dungeon to dungeon really fast. So let's do that before we head off into the Lost Woods. Real quick here. Yeah, there's the Goron. Waiting for his time. Now, we could have done this earlier, yes, but we decided not to because we kind of was running a little bit of time last time. But you come back here and you pull this open. And when you pull this open, you have a secret way to get to Death Mountain's crater. And this is the main point of getting into the dungeon for the Fire Temple as well. But we're not going to go into the Fire Temple just yet, but we're going to get the warp song for it because we might as well. This is technically our second time meeting up with Sheik at this point, not the first time. You're supposed to meet up like the third time here with Sheik. Is that something that grows over time? A true friendship. A feeling in the heart that becomes even stronger over time. The passion of friendship will soon blossom into a righteous power, and through it, you will know which way to go. This song is dedicated to the power of the heart. Listen to Bolero of Fire. On top of, it's kind of sad, weird that this area's got wooden paneling, wooden bridges, and it's not catching on fire. This is some pretty dense wood if it's not catching fire right now at the moment. Oh, I messed up. Oh! Well, that's why I gotta get another song to it, like Hylia. There we go. We gotta get our Scarecrow song after this, too. A lot of songs right now, and then we can go to the Lost Woods. Unfortunately, we can't get to Lake Hylia in the adult era. Actually, we can, actually. We have a warp song for it. Totally forgot we had that, too. Again, it's like you never realize you never use the warp temple songs for its actual intended purpose of getting you around the world. You feel like, oh, I'm just gonna use this just for the temple and that's it. Alexman, I will see you again. How about you see me now? What's your real intent? Oh, curses that fire! I'm out of here. I'm almost out of time. Of course they would get away from me. I vague. All right, I'm gonna get. Let's go and do. Let's go to Lake Hylia, and then we'll go into our get our Scarecrow song, and we'll go to our next dungeon. So let's go and do that, folks. Huzzah! Alrighty, we're back here at Lake Hylia, and while we're not able to get into this dungeon yet, we need to have a talk with a certain Scarecrow. A Scarecrow that eventually, if we use our Scarecrow song that we made last time, we'll be able to actually, you know, getting the Scarecrow song will actually, I think, can allow you to get into the fishing shop here, or the fishing pond, earlier than intended, which I think is kind of cool in that regard. Hi, Mr. Guy. I have an ocarina. Hey, it's the ocarina. Play that song with it, baby. I put 7 A's. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now you can make the song as complicated as you want, but everyone usually does this because you can't do 8 notes in a row. You have to do 7 notes of 1 and then 1. Oh yeah, that's it. I'm blown away. Oh, no. I didn't forget the song. I never forget anything. I just feel like rewarding you, baby. I have a good idea. My buddy Pierre is running around, so play that too when you want to call him. I'll tell him to help you if he's nearby, and here's that song, baby. So yeah, now we have a sort of like a hookshotable target that we can now activate at will at certain locations around the map. It is very useful, especially if you want to get stuff early and tender. Like there's, like right here, see Navi come up right there? If you do the songs, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and right here for my own song. Type the Scarecrow song here. And see that Pierre will show up, and it will be a hookshotable target for us. If I can get close enough to it. Come on, Navi. You gotta hook up to me here, I guess. Come on, you can get him to him. Unless I'm too far away to get him, and I have to do the long shot for this? I don't think so. Pretty sure I'm not long enough for this thing. I should be able to hit this guy with no problem. Like he's... Come on now. There we go. We can get on top of the professor's house and get knocked down by that cursed bird. Get over here so I can shoot you down. Yeah. You thought you think you could strike twice, huh? No. You can't strike twice, bird. I want my heart piece, which is up here. So yeah, you can get this by either using the plant that you can plant in the past, or use Pierre later on to collect this. Either way, that's one way to get a fairy like that. All right, now we can get ourselves to the Lost Woods right now. So I need to get my Epona. Let's go, let's go, let's go to the woods. Come on, Epona, you're coming with me. Because now that we've got the Scarecrow song, we actually can now make our trip into the next, potentially now first dungeon. Now, there isn't much reason to go out of these dungeons out of order. So, you can initially, you know, go halfway through one dungeon, grab the item, and then just leave the dungeon for another dungeon if you so choose. Like, the game isn't going to stop you. But I feel like that's kind of odd in terms of like Zelda progression. Now you go halfway through a dungeon and you're like, nope, I'm not gonna finish it today. I'm gonna finish Death Mountain first. And like, you can do that. Like the game won't stop you. I've just never done it in my life because I just feel like it's kind of wrong, you know. And it's like, oh, I just want to complete the dungeon and get the item and complete the thing so I don't have to come back here, you know. It's just that's how I kind of feel at times. It's like I just want to, you know, do the thing and just complete the dungeon. But Has anyone ever done that? I would imagine that's kind of like, you know, random. I'm pretty sure that in Dang it, Epona, how did you get stuck? You got stuck, Epona. Alright, I'm gonna have to get down. Ugh. Epona, you got stuck on a root. It's like... it's like, it's like how, like, was it, like how Lucas gets caught on a tree branch on the way on the Subspace Emissary mode? And gets stuck on it? Yeah, it's kind of like that. So Epona just tripped on the 1 yard line.